I'm Diane Bartley, owner of DKB Catering in Greenville. The hospital's always been very near and dear to my heart for many reasons. My dad was on the board, around. So 6 years ago, he had a heart attack, massive. Cared for at Eastern Maine, cared for here. We spent a lot of time in the hospital. After getting out of the hospital, and to keep an eye on him, he would come to my house, to help me. I'd sit him up to a table and he'd cut and chop. And this time he was 82. So as it started out as just be therapy, but then I'm like, I am depending on him. So we did our exercise on March 12th. That afternoon, the woman that runs the community fitness called and said, Di, we got to shut down community fitness. I said, Dad, just come on up to the house on Tuesday. We can't go to the fitness, it's shut down, but come on up to the house. We'll make soup, we'll give it away. So I posted it on Facebook and I just said, come on up, get some for you, get some for a neighbor, take some to our healthcare workers. So that first day it was like 50 people came up and grabbed stuff, and then and people were so supportive. I had one person come up immediately and said, hey, I'll take it to someone if they can't get there. I'm like, great. So I looked at Dad, I said, okay, we're doing this Thursday again, Dad. So we did it again. And that day it was probably closer to 80 people. Just snowballed and started, and now it's like 170 people every day. They were heroes before this happened, and they just are even more so now.
So coronavirus has completely changed the way that myself and pretty much every small business owner does business. As the days went by, I wasn't really sure, what do we do? How do we pay rent and bills? And it just felt so uncertain. I kept on looking around at things and saying, I need to do something for local healthcare workers. What do I have that healthcare workers need? And I thought, well, I have all these really nice compression socks. So I said, if we take every single pair, donate all of them just to local hospitals, then they can redistribute that. And so took them out of inventory and had them out the door the next day. I'm just so grateful that we have people who have trained and have spent their time pretty much getting ready for something like this.
We're a community college. Community's right in the middle of who we are, and without the community, we don't have the resources here. It's not just about the appropriation, it's about the community support, and we have a lot of that. So our concern for the community goes right along with our concern for students. When the hospital put out a call and said they may need some items, we went through our inventory and said, this is what we have. So we said, you need beds? We have them. You need PPE? We have it. You need people? We have them. I mean, we have residential life facilities that are empty, and if you need them, then they're available to you. We're trying to provide as much help as we can for healthcare workers who are on the front line every day dealing with this. The simulation center that we've built here is designed really to help students experience things that are unusual or not very common in the clinical setting. They can experience it here. Simulation is playing a much bigger role in rural healthcare education, particularly nursing education. We also provide education and ongoing support for people at Northern Light and other hospitals and nursing homes and healthcare facilities in the region. Northern Light has stepped up, so it's only appropriate that we turn around and when we're in a position to help, that we do. And so that's what we've done, and that's where it comes from.
I'm Eli Wales. I'm a student at the Maine School of Science and Mathematics in Limestone, Maine. Frontline workers were complaining about ears chafing and the such, so we started designing ear relief straps. Went around to the schools, got all the 3D printers, and then have started manufacturing with those. So I have 8 3D printers, which are all now set up in my basement, and 24/7 they're just churning out ear relief straps and face shields now. We have produced in excess of 3,000 of these, And I personally have produced 1,300 face shields. Most of them are being delivered to the hospital here, I believe, and then a number of them are also going to businesses that need protective equipment. I think it's really rewarding knowing that lives can be saved because of what you're doing.
We've been seeing a lot on the national news, people showing appreciation for healthcare workers, police and fire, and we got all the area fire departments to take part, and we just came through and paraded through with our fire trucks, and we got out and saluted them and congratulated them, thanked them. We were there to cheer them on, and they were cheering us on as we were driving through and getting out, so it was kind of surprising. I think we both realize what each other's going through right now, and the thoughts, the unknown, the fear. I think of what I do in the back of an ambulance, and it's half hour or so. Then after we drop them off at the hospital, they're with them for days, hours at a time. They're doing a great job. They're very courageous. They're willing to sacrifice themselves and their families and their well-being to take care of others. Oh, absolutely, they're heroes, they're warriors.
I'm so grateful that we have so many wonderful healthcare workers in our community.
These are really special people, and the ones that are very special in that group are stepping up right now.
I think that it's quite fitting. They really are heroes.